Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you. There's a room where the light won't find you. Holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. When they do, I'll be right behind you. So glad we've almost made it. So sad we had to fade it. Everybody wants you. Everybody wants
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Evolution of Revolution tournament. Now, I know that I'm missing something. There's someone that's not quite here. You know, I think everyone knows we were not going to have Mr. Chris Champion on the show this week, but I reached down real deep down into my pocket, and I just couldn't help myself. I had to have a co-host. So I reached out to the Mad Dog, Justin Hicks. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Mad Dog could not make it either. He is fighting a kidney stone, and he could not make it. But I would promise y'all, I would never let y'all down. So I got a replacement.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Somehow Ash and Michael Cole Jr. spared enough of the budget after that firework presentation to bring the main event, Mr. Revolution himself, right here to the commentary table for these first round matchups in the Revolution of Evolution tournament. And I couldn't be more excited to see how it all plays out.
Well, Mr. Anarchy, I'm so happy that she was able to join us as we sit here and watch this whole thing unfold. And I know you personally have got a real personal eye on how this tournament finishes playing out as we roll into round two next week, where you would be facing Bossellini in round two of the tournament. It's going to be very, very interesting. I say we don't waste no time and we let RYK take this thing away.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Revolution, welcome to the 2021 premiere of Revolution's Breakdown. Today's matchup will be contested in the Evolution of Revolution World Championship Tournament. Victors today will advance in their bracket to take on the next contenders in the following weeks. Stand by as we bring you an action-packed show this Sunday. Introducing at this time, weighing in at 350 pounds, Bojack!
You know, if I had a nickel for every time some piece of shit pointed a gun at me, I'd be a rich man.
Making his very first Revolution contest entrance, The Void.
3 minutes to come in here and tell you just how much of a loser the Void is and how I'm going to beat him in all these kind of ways. But if I spent 3 minutes talking about how much of a loser the Void was, how much of a failure the Void was, well, let's be honest, it would be 2 minutes and 59 seconds too long. I'm not here to talk about the Void, I'm here to talk about me. Anything you say tonight probably is only half correct. See, there's no ego trip with me. I don't have a big head. I don't have a chip on my shoulder. Everything you see from Bojack's, I have earned. I have forced my way to the top of the mountain. Never had anything handed to me. I don't have flaws in your system. I don't need to win this match to become relevant. I don't have to win this tournament to become a Revolution champion. I take what I want when I want. Hell, go to WGP, ask them. My second match, I became champion. I beat the number one contender there and held the title after that for 6 consecutive months. I just relinquished it. So tell me again, what flaws do you see? What errors are you really going to bring up? There are none. This is what you get. Pure, cold truth. And you know what? You won't find that in your system. You won't find any backbone in your method. Because in fact, you're nothing more but an anonymous reject. At least you got creative and started putting a bandana on your face instead of a mask. That's neither here nor there. You're probably doing us a favor anyway. So again, you were never a stepping stone for me. You're barely even a hurdle. Doesn't mean shit to me. The Void is the only error in Revolution. Get over yourself, kid.
Here is your winner, as a result of a disqualification, Bojack!
Well. Mr. Bojax will move on in the Evolution of Revolution tournament. Looks like someone wasn't paying attention when their promo was due.
I mean, I think RY's case, or his face at the end of that, kind of said it all in my opinion. Obviously, Bo Jax entered the void of any competition, and we'll move on. But I don't want to short sell Bo Jax for a minute. I want to give him a little bit of praise for a few things he did there. First off, and it's been commented on down there in the comments to this show. Remember, guys, we can see those live, so keep them flowing, and we'll keep responding to them. But as Mr. Jason Brigden called out, wonderful song choice there, man. Way to really play into the theme. I thought a lot of what you had to say was strong, and didn't think I'd pull it out this early, but in that first match, I'm pulling out the slaughter glove because Bo Jax, you took Void to school there. I don't think it mattered if you showed up or not, man.
Yeah, very, very, very good performance by Mr. Jax. Let's not forget, everyone. Hold on, I'll get it straight here in just a second. I'm trying to find the video. I'm sorry.
It's face over here.
Yeah, it's distraction. Usually I'm looking at Patrick, so we know how bad that can be. All right, I don't want everyone to forget what they're fighting for, so
We've been trying to be the greatest, pushing limits so far, almost breaking. Now they're screaming our name out loud like we made it. Appreciate the love, promise nothing changes. Here's to looking from the top, but we're never gonna stop, cause the greatest got us far, but the best is yet to come. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing. I promise this ain't nothing. We're gonna go higher. Yeah, we're not satisfied yet. We could raise it up higher. We're gonna go higher. Higher. We're not getting tired. Watch us raise it up higher. We're gonna go higher.
the Revolution Championship, as you see, as it shines, so pretty, so pretty. I ain't gonna lie, it makes me not even want to give it up. Makes me want to just keep it, But I ain't gonna be doing that. We will be crowning a champion very, very soon. Speaking of when we'll be crowning that champion, we'll be at the pay-per-view. I have the name of the pay-per-view. It is the War of the Worlds. Revolution presents World of the Worlds. I do not have a date on it yet. I'm guessing it's probably going to be the start of February when that pay-per-view will happen, to let all this tournament stuff play out. Let's see. We do not need to waste any more time. Let's take it back down to Mr. RYK.
Coming down to the live video feed, weighing in at 206 pounds, he is as bad gets. Villian!
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and make you want me.
Now that I escape, sleep, walk away. Those who correlate know the world ain't kick.
And now, uncomfortably appearing as the nuns begin to hum, Mike Murder!
Каждого обнимут все, что он так любит. Нет никаких разбитых судеб. С рождения в глазах горит огонь. Приходит смерть, она тебя разбудит. Demolition!
Revolution. Tonight, we ring in 2021 with Villain versus Murder. And that means, Mike, this is 2 years in the making. I broke into the promo business 2 years ago, hoping that this day would come where I go one-on-one with the boogeyman. And Mike, tonight, 2021, I ring in the new year going against a man who's the shell of himself. You do not have the same concept factor you had all so many years ago. You want to talk about hearing the voices? I hear the voices every single day. I've heard the voices. I've heard the voices for the last 2 years. The villain doesn't cut it. The villain is nothing. And now I hear the voices again. The villain will fall to the boogeyman. The villain is scared of the boogeyman. And Mike, that cannot be farther from the truth. I am not scared of the boogeyman. How can I be scared of a man who I used to idolize? Who I wanted to be like when I joined the promo business, but yet has disappointed me every single way since I've joined Revolution. I've been asked to come back to the promo business. And what you don't realize, I have been watching from the shadows. I've been watching every single move you have had. I've been watching every single move that all those guys from that organization had. I've been a student of the game, and yet I'm working myself to become the national treasure here in the Revolution. You can have franchises, you can have icons, you can have anarchists, and you can have the boogeyman. But what you don't have is you don't have the villain. You do not have the man who's going to take down the boogeyman. And tonight, I cement myself as the one true student of the game. Welcome to the new era, Mike. An era where the villain will be bringing in new promo artists in the shape of the one true boogeyman, the national treasure, the villain.
The villain. The man who avoided me more than a guy in the closet. Let's have some fun.
Wake up! You're not dying on me yet. This here is not my fault. This man has to suffer in the name of the villain. This time, you can't run away. No. It's not happening. Didn't you have a tag team called the Covert Soldiers? Wake up. You're not going yet. The Covert Soldiers. How did that pan out? The man that no one understood and still to this day has no idea what the fuck he's saying. Blue made it over more than you. A name that you still haven't grown into yet. Because you're the softest guy on this roster. Softer than baby shit. And you want to drop a promo on me. Oh, I've got plans and surprises for you, Mike Murder. What are you going to do? Are you going to wear a mask? Are you going to come out with an aluminum bat? But since you want to wear masks and shit, because I'm pretty sure that's where it's going. I'm sorry, Johnny. Stay awake. You're done. Villain, what do you have on me? Why are you even here, wasting everyone's time, when in reality, you're nothing more than a piss-on, a man that someone drags behind them because they have absolutely no use for you. And what's gonna happen? I get to see you go on camera and you say something around these. Hey, Mike, I'm gonna be coming after you. This is what the villain is gonna do to you. Yeah, I'm gonna win this tournament. There's not gonna be any surprise victories today, villain. This isn't like the other place. Shh. That was forbidden. Let's be real, villain. You don't have the cojones to lace up boots like mine. This is just the beginning, Revolution. And just when you thought you were alone, the nuns begin to hum. Hail, Mike Murder.
Your winner, Mike Murder!
What do you say to that? I'm pretty sure he took the man's face off and wore it. I've said since day one, Mike Murder is an absolute force and a threat against anybody he runs up against in this tournament. I was his tag team partner for a very, very long time, and even I wasn't expecting anything like this. So,
no, that was a little shocking. That's actually like, for some people that don't know, that's actually like vintage type Mike Murder from like earlier years. That's the type of stuff that Mike Murder used to do before. It's like roots, basically, when it comes to.
But he tells a story while he does it, and that's just what makes him so different. And you know, I do want to take a second to say to the villain, that was one of the most motivated promos I've seen from you, man. A lot of good things that you did in that promo, and that you should be praised for. But you know, I think just in juxtaposition to what we saw after that, there's just a little shock and awe right now. So please don't take that negatively, man. You had an amazing showing, and you would have beat a lot of competitors with that promo, but just what you were up against was just.
Yeah, Mike Murder moves on to the next round. He will be facing one of these two men from the next match. Rigg was actually a guy that was not in the tournament. He has stepped in and taken a replacement role of Brett Jacobs. So we got Rigg versus Seven coming up. This should be very, very interesting. I know these two blast each other back and forth in other places. So let's see what these boys brought to the table.
Absolutely.
Frighteningly approaching at this time, on a scale of 1 to 10, he ranks 7.
Rigg, tonight is the evolution of Revolution tournament, and tonight I get to take you on mano-y-mano. And let me tell you something, Rigg, it is bad luck for you. Because originally here in the Revolution tournament, Seven was supposed to take on a guy known as Brett freaking Jacobs. And now he had to back out, and they handed me you. Are you freaking kidding me? They could have gave me anybody, but they gave me a joke.
Well, that's okay, Rigg. You don't stand a chance. I'm gonna make an example out of you. That's right. See, Rigg, you're dull, you're boring, you're stale. It doesn't matter which screen you pop your little face up here in the promo unity. You can show up in that group over there, or you can show up in this group over there, but your promos are the same old shit. People come on screen, they change the channel, they go to sleep. At least when 7 pops up on screen, I'm unpredictable. People don't know what they're gonna get. For example, tonight I could be this guy right here, or I could bring you someone else. Let's see, how about this guy? You see, it doesn't matter which personality of 7 comes on your screen in Night Revolution, because Rigg, I'm going to set out to do what I said I'm going to do, and that is kick your ass, and I will do it each and every time I get a chance. See, Rigg, you're not even supposed to be in my way tonight. I had another opponent scheduled, but he dropped out of the tournament, so you was placed in here as a replacement. Just a placeholder, a sacrifice, if you will. But Rigg, you really think you're a tough man? You want to come out on screen and stand here looking all tough with your weapon, pain, and agony on this shoulder, which I think is kind of cute. Because every time you come on screen, that's exactly what each and every person experiences with your promos, is the pain and agony of having to hear you talk. Make them want to stab out each one of their eardrums. But you see, I'm going to put you in place, make an example of you, eliminate you, and I was going to bash your brains in over and over again with Angel, but I don't want to taint her and get your nasty, filthy blood on her. So instead, I brought a special weapon that I know will do the job. So, good night. Hey, Rigg. Rigg, can you hear me? Well, Rigg, looks like you was knocked the fuck out. Hey, wake up, buddy.
Hello, Revolution, and welcome. And tonight is the night we have all been waiting for. That's right, round 2 of the Evolution of Revolution tournament. And tonight, just as promised, I am here to put a 1-7 psycho in your place. You see, 7, long since awaited, I've waited for this opportunity to face you and finally show you you're not quite as good as you so-called claim. You see, 7, I don't care how many belts you've held, I don't care what wins or losses you've had. Truth be told, as many people has pointed out to you before, without your partner, Rika Wilder, you were absolutely nothing in the promo field. You see, the only reason you got the title that you have is because it was laid down at your feet and handed to you on a silver platter. I told each and every one of you that the new blood was the ones that was coming in and stealing the show, not to underestimate me. And just like you've seen, I've changed my environment some, and I've changed the way I work. You see, 7, I am no longer at the bottom of the totem pole. I have went everywhere in the promo field and made one hell of a name for myself. You see, and I've done it by staying true to who I am and not constantly splitting my personalities like you. You are so messed up, dude, that you don't even know who you want to be from one day to the next, and you expect to come out on screen and conquer each and every person you face. And you've had a good career, like I've said before, 7, but like you've said, we have never faced off. So go ahead, bring Enforcer, bring Angel the Bat. You see, I didn't need pain and agony to whoop your ass, boy. I got more talent in my finger than you do in your whole entire career. There's 7, you see, your hopes and dreams, just like how dark it is out here tonight, have faded into an eternal darkness, because no longer do you belong in the promo world. You see, 7, all in all, your name no longer carries you, and you are irrelevant and useless in the promo field now. You might still have your fans, but you no longer have the talent to bring something different to the table each and every time. 7, I told you you was going to face a completely different version of me than you've ever seen on screen, and tonight I believe I proved that. Now, with that being said, Seven, you go cry in your corner with all your little personalities, shove that bat in the only place it belongs, which is right up your fucking ass, and you let the big dogs handle this tournament where they belong. I'll be seeing you around, Seven.
Your winner, Seven.
Well, Mr. Seven will be going on in the Evolution of Revolution tournament. And by my look of my bracket, that would put him up against Mr. Mike Murder.
Oh. Well, and let's not forget, because of implications later on this evening, there's also a possible entrant into that bracket that could make Seven's advancement all the more interesting.
Yes.
Which segues forward, I believe.
Yeah. Well, we always have to give a shout out to the sponsor, which is Pinfall Productions. For those that don't know, they do have a listing going on over there for free stuff. If you like free shit, I don't think all the spots are took.
All free shit.
Funko Pops, figures, other kind of things. While I'm thinking about it right now, we're going to take a commercial break real quick for one of the mini shows that's through Pinfall Productions. And that is, let me find it here. Make sure it's the right one. That is the Paradigm Shift every Wednesday at 9:00 Central Time. Bring back Mr. Anarchy. Mr. Anarchy, are you ready to roll into this big triple threat?
You know, I almost am, but let's do a quick reminder. The only way that you can see the finals of this tournament, the show, what was it, Tommy? Worlds at War?
A War of the Worlds.
Oh, there we go. See, that's why I asked. War of the Worlds. The only way that you can see that, because it will not be posted to the page, the only way that you can see that is to go over to YouTube and follow Pinfall Productions there. If you don't do that, you will not see the tournament finals.
And if you can't find it, I promise you there's many people here that will be happy to send you a link so you can go directly to it. If you can,
right here.
Yeah, easily. You got to get over there to see it. That's the only way you'll be able to see the pay-per-view. It will not be reposted. That's the way you're going to be able to interact as the pay-per-view is going on is through YouTube. It'll be just like this on a live setting. You have to go over and you just put comments just like you do here. So it's part of the deal. I'm under contract. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's just a quick reminder, shameless plug. Thank you. But now, now I'm very much so ready to move on into this very, very important triple threat match with huge implications to our entire tournament.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting. For people that do not know, we had another dropout spot. If you did not know, Twisted had to drop out of the tournament all of a sudden. So left Landfield with a vacant spot. So that, and also the Man versus the Savior also was not taking place this week. This will also, the Man versus the Savior will take place next week when round 2 of the top part of the bracket continues. this triple threat is to give Landfill a match. It will, whoever the winner of today is, will take on Landfill next week also with round 2 of the match goes on. From here on out, the tournament goes on every week until this thing is over, until we get all the way down to the triple threat. And then once we get down to the triple threat, then anyone that is not in the triple threat will be put on a card if you just want to book a match. And that'll be y'all be the build up all the way up to the main event. So that's how we're going to do things. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, let's get right into this, baby. We got 3 big promos to watch, 1 big winner. Let's see how it plays out.
Yes, sir.
The following is a triple threat qualifying matchup for the Evolution of Revolution tournament. The single winner will move forward in the first round and take on Landfill. Introducing first, Glenn Sexton.
Dirty, sexy, slinky thing. Power over all with the love you bring. Spinning from your mind control. Shuffling around this deep.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, making his highly anticipated Revolution debut, the Bastard of the Bazaar from the Carnival of Souls. This is Rika Wildy. And proudly representing Spring Hill, Nova Scotia, Canada, he is the real heel of the promo field, the franchise of Revolution, the demigod, the Canadian Dragon, the Nova Scotia Nightmare, the Canadian Crippler, Gene Emerson.
Rika and Glenn. I guess it's time for me to tell the truth. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing the bullshit from people. You know, they're telling you you're great, you're good.
Wake up.
So Glenn, let's start with you. Glenn, honest opinion about your last promo, man. The one that you lost to Bossellini. I see why. You know why? You sucked. Yeah, I don't mean I don't see heart. It's not like I don't see the fight. You got it. You just need to find your balls. If they're at the lost and found, pick them up. Get whatever you need out of your system now. Because tonight is your last chance of getting back into the tournament. And I'm not going to make it easy on you one bit. So don't expect me to give you a handout or a helping hand, because honestly, what I'm going to give you is a boot to the face and beat you from pillar to post. Now that gets me on to guy number 2. That's right, Rika. Rika, you see, you want to talk about this great game that you got, and that you're going to be remembered and we're going to be forgotten. Rika, it's the other way around. See, if I stuffed you into a brown paper bag today, wet or not, and asked you to promo your way out of it, you couldn't do it without all the pomp and pageantry, all the smoke and mirrors you bring. When you get down to brass tacks about Rika Wildly, you are a frightened little clown like every clown that performs. And you hate performing for other people, but that's exactly what you do on a daily basis. Dance, monkey, dance. That's what you are. See, I've used you and beat you once, and you became my bitch, and tonight will be no different. I get to make a mockery out of two men that should have never, ever took this match. No, because you see, I'm hungry and I want back in. Because I know I messed up on my first try. And now I'm getting a second shot, and I'm not letting it go away. So Rika Wildly, Glenn Sexton, as I beat your head off the pole, as I beat your face into the mat, as I beat you verbally through this entire match tonight, just remember, somebody needed to tell you the truth. Somebody needed to be honest with you. That's why I'm called the Nova Scotia Nightmare, the Canadian Dragon, the Exalted One, the Demigod, the Canadian Crippler. I'm only here to help. I'm only here to do what's right. That's what's right. Putting you two out of your misery.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, this triple threat match for me is all about redemption. For another person, it's about making an impact and getting his foot into the door of Revolution. And for another man, it's to tack on another nickname that everybody's going to get sick and tired of. I could just hear RYK right now just wincing just because he's got to say another nickname that Gene declares that he is. The franchise, the Canadian Crippler. Come on, man. I'm not here for a bunch of tags that are going to be attached to my name. I'm here to win. I'm here to become the first ever Revolution champion. See, you talk a whole lot, Gene, but you don't back up a whole lot. Every nickname you have attached to you is a lie. And I'll definitely exploit that in this triple threat match. And then you have the newcomer, Mr. Wiley. Now, Mr. Wiley, if I can call you that, I have a little bit of advice for you. Now, I'm a fan of wrestlers wearing masks. I get it. I get the whole dark player kind of gimmick, Get that. Love it. But whenever you talk, try not to eat the inside of your mask. Because it was really, and I mean really hard to understand what you were saying. I had my phone up to my ear. I mean, I'm guessing you're trying to showcase what you want to do. That's all I've got. This is a first for me. See, I think we need to have closed captioning on promos now, since Wiley's going to come in here with that mask on and just muffle the entire promo out. You see, boys, I'm going to... like an adult version of Kenny from South Park. But you see, boys, this is probably the biggest match of our lives. I know it is for me. I want to win. I want to fight. I want to become the first ever Revolution champion. And I don't care who is in my way or what I have to do to win.
Revolution.
Revolution. Tonight, I go against two of the most repetitive jobbers that the Revolution has ever produced. First on my hit list is Gene, so many names, Emerson. Bro, I don't know if you've got an identity crisis, but it seems to me, ever since I've watched one of your promos, since you first stepped foot into promo world, everything you've done has remained the same. What have you done to really look over on me? What have you done to really say you're better than old Rika Wildly? You could talk about my edits, you could talk about how I fell to the wayside a few times, but you have to also talk about how I have promoed with the best. I have promoed at the tip top of Promo Mountain. Everything that you've done has only got you so far. Everything that you've done has only put you here, where Rika Wildly is soaring with the eagles, way up here. I have been champion time and time again, and you have only had childhood dreams of one day holding a belt all your own. Gene, I know exactly who you are. Once I seen you slithering through the locker room, I knew exactly what I had to do. I had to come out on screen and make sure that everybody in the promo land knows that you are nothing but a snake. You are nothing but a worthless piece of shit ready to be flushed down the promo toilet. And I, personally, am holding the handle. Gene, I used to have a lot of respect for you, my dude, but as of late, you have done nothing but show your true colors. So as I flush this piece of shit gone, everybody say bye-bye. Gene, fuck your villains. On to the next. Here we go, Sexton. When I showed up, I really didn't know much about you. I really didn't know what to say about such a newbie. But as I watched your hype, and as I watched you come on screen, I realized that every single thing you say contradicts the thing you said before. So, my notes to you is to go back to the drawing board, take a couple of notes, write a couple of things down, look in the mirror, practice a wee bit, because you'll never match up to me. Or Gene for that matter. I am way better than both of you on my worst day. So you two could come out on screen talking about how I'm an ICP reject and this, that, and the other, but it only stands true that Rika Wildly is the god among promoing that you two only wish you could be. Because the carnival awaits.
Here is your winner, Rika Wildly!
Well earned. Well earned.
Oh, yeah.
Well earned. That music in Rika's promo was just, it's just fire, man. I mean, that was.
I mean, so for those of you, and I feel like some people here in Revolution do not know who Rika Wildly is or what he's capable of, but they just found out. Like Rika, that was a phenomenal promo beginning to end. You know, based on
if anyone like somehow thought that he wasn't a threat, they're like, he's not the one to overlook. I can tell you that. He's held many titles, many championships in other places. He can promo. So Rika Wildly will be facing Landfield next week.
Yeah.
That's it'll be very, very interesting.
Yes, it will.
Let's elaborate on some of this tournament, shall we?
Absolutely.
We got Mr. Anarchy taking on Bossolini next week. We know we got Icon versus Einar Vickerson.
Hey, cross-platform plug here. Congratulations on your big win, Icon, the new WGP champion. Very, very cool to see that happen. Congratulations to him. And I'm really interested in seeing how that match plays out next week. Those two have gone back and forth pretty intensely already, and I think they're going to bring a lot into that match.
Yeah, I think so too. You also got Briggs taking on, let's see, he's still in the tournament. he will be taking on the winner of the next match, which is Rising Sun versus Vincent Konstantine. First appearance by Rising Sun in the tournament. First appearance in him in Revolution. Just to point out also, that was also our first triple threat.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see this match here. These are two guys that we haven't gotten to see in action yet here in the Revolution. It's going to be very entertaining. Obviously, there's a lot of talk around the Rising Sun with everything he's done outside of the Revolution. But those of you who don't know who Vincent Konstantine is, he has as well. So it's going to be really interesting to kind of see how that plays out and to see what they both have to bring.
Yeah. Actually, before we get to this match, we're going to take another commercial break. If everybody's got to take a piss or,
refill your popcorn. Now's the time. Hey, don't forget, we got corn dogs at the concession stand.
Them Platinum City ones.
Yep, with the mustard and the
just a little bit of mustard, just a little bit.
A little bit. You got to cut the corner off and just been practicing.
We'll be right back.
Making his entrance at this time, from the backwoods of Louisiana, weighing in at 290 pounds, he is a man whose subtlety is lost upon. This is Vincent Konstantine!
Revolution, round 1, with the Rising Sun and Vincent Konstantine. Now, Vincent, you may see yourself as the underdog in this match, but that is not true. I am actually the underdog. See, we're in a land that you know very well because it's filled with your friends, your colleagues from all over. The Rising Sun has only been in a couple groups. No one really knows my name. Only the ones who have stepped in to the unity of the Premier Promo Federation and all the allied groups know my name. because I sit back quietly, watch, and critique every one of your promos. You do some good work, but what you need to realize is never doubt yourself. You may be thinking you're the underdog. No, you're everybody's fan favorite. Sadly, they're mistaken, because all those people that was messaging you that you actually had a shot at beating the Rising Sun didn't have the balls to step on the screen and pick you as the winner. Everybody else who has said the Rising Sun's name has seen my work, know what I can do. Unlike you, see, your new name, Vincent Konstantine, has no ill will to it because you're brand new. You're trying to start something fresh. But what happens when you lose here? You go to the sidelines, you sit down, you shut the hell up, you watch the grown men do the damn thing, make it all the way to the finals, where the best of the best will face off and be the first ever Revolution heavyweight champion. And I guarantee one thing, the Rising Sun is going to be in the finals. I don't give a damn who the other two people are, but I'm taking that heavyweight championship. I just have to get through you first, Vincent. And well, like I know you right now, you'll probably step on screen, yell, scream, have a baseball bat in your hand, acting like we're going to get in a 20-by-20. But what you need to realize is we're right here on screen. I'm never stepping in the ring. You're not going to step in the ring. You ain't going to swing that damn baseball bat other than hit yourself in the fucking face with it. I'm sorry to tell you, Vincent, this is your revolution. This is your demise. This is your doomsday. Because you actually had to step up to a competition. And let's face it, your competition is me. And guess what? Your ass didn't have nothing for me. Just like everybody else who has stepped up to the anti-hero, the Rising Sun, your ass is out of the first round and you will fade to black.
Alright, Revolution, I'm here to disappoint a whole lot of people. I'm here to disappoint every single one of you that said the Rising Sun was the chosen one in this tournament. Now, Rising Sun, you can go ahead and blame every single one of them for what is about to happen to you tonight. You can blame every one of those people that got in your ear and inflated your ego by telling you that you were destined to make it to the end of this tournament. See, something that you need to understand, and something that they need to understand, is that it is not destiny that gets you wins and losses here in the Revolution. It is not fate that drives you to the finals of this tournament. It is not divine decree that makes you a champion. The only thing that does is by proving that you are better than the person that's in front of you. But unfortunately for you, the person that is in front of you tonight is me. Now, you might be a big deal where you come from, some hometown hero trying to make your daddy proud, and you told everyone that you're going to go to this big place called the Revolution, and you're going to compete in a tournament, and you're going to come back, hopefully with some new title, some new gold on your shoulder, to show everybody that the hometown hero could do it. And there's going to be a big parade and a celebration. And if you can't get the title, at the very least you can make it to the finals and show everybody that you're this close. And that's just enough to go ahead and get those pats in the back to continue to feed your ego. But what is going to happen if instead of all that, you get eliminated in the first round by a guy that almost nobody in the Revolution has even heard of? What is going to happen when someone that you know nothing about kicks your ass in the very first round? Whenever you've considered yourself a champion for the better part of a year now, I'll tell you what's going to happen. You're going to go back home, hanging your head in shame. All of your peers that you made big promises to, that you're going to come back with some big prize from the big wars over in Revolution. And when you come back empty-handed, looking like a failure, you're going to want to hang your head in shame and not show your face to anyone, because you know at the end of the day that everything you've done up to this point was nothing but an absolute fluke, because all of your competition has been nothing but losers. And so you go against Revolution, you make it to the big leagues, and you go against dangerous people like me. You find out really fast exactly how not good you are. You see, I'm the type of promo artist that I can hit you verbally from any single angle that I want to. Wave after wave of verbal assault is going to come at you every single time you go against someone like me. And my word's gonna hit so hard, it's gonna feel like this bat hitting you in the chin. And you're gonna fall back. They're gonna change your name from the rising sun to the falling sun. And as your vision starts to fade to black, the last thing you're gonna hear is your winner. And moving on to the next round of this tournament, Vincent Konstantine.
Your winner, Konstantine!
Well, I got to give it to Vincent Konstantine. He really came with the verbal lines in that one. It was just line after line after line.
Yeah,
very good.
No doubt.
Very good debut by Rising Sun.
Yeah,
I think Konstantine just had those little extra lines there, and it was just vertical, a little more shots that were thrown. So
yeah.
As we have it, Vincent Konstantine moves on. He will take on Jay Briggy. Well, I'm sorry, the Irish car bomb laddie.
Yeah, come on, don't get the gimmicks messed up. Come on.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Making promises we can't fulfill.
Yeah, fella. He'll be taking on Vincent Konstantine. You also have Mike Murder taking on 7 next week. Sweet will be taking on Bo Jax.
Don't sleep on that match. That will be a very, very good match, and that's a crazy thing.
That's the battle of the big man there, ain't it? That's going to be very, very. That's going to be very. That's almost like Jim Duggan versus Andre or something. That's going to be very cool. You know, that's
absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And as we said, you also have Landfill next week. So next week we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches on the card next week. So it's going to be very interesting.
It's going to be a full weekend. It's really going to set the table for 2 weeks from now, which should really be a very amazing semifinal leading into the final. Prospectively be sometime shortly thereafter. But, I definitely blessed and honored to be a part of it. Thank you guys for allowing me to do so. Thank you for letting me come in today and fill in for Patrick. It's been a lot of fun. We've seen a lot of crazy things. Still have a couple first-round matches left, but we've already seen a lot of crazy things, a lot of upsets, a lot of things we didn't think would go the way they did. Even some really, really stellar performances and losses. So, again, great job, guys. This definitely has been the evolution of Revolution, and it's lived up to the name.
Yeah, no one has disappointed in whatsoever. The matches have been nothing but 5-star fire. So,
yeah,
join us next week, next Sunday. We'll bring you another breakdown where we'll finish up this tournament. And thank you guys for joining.
Trying to be the greatest, pushing limits so far, almost breaking. Now they're screaming our name out loud like we made it. Appreciate the love, promise nothing changes. Here's to looking from the top, but we're never gonna stop, cause the greatest got us far, but the best is yet to come. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing. I promise this ain't nothing. We're gonna go higher, higher. Yeah, you know we're not satisfied yet. We could raise it up higher, higher. We're gonna go higher.